All right, just gonna make a super short video. What happened is that the connector to the, what is it, the H11 connector, this right here, it broke, it crumbled, and on this 2013 Honda Accord, it broke, so I needed to fix the headlight, obviously. So what I did was, I couldn't figure out the only way, it's very tight to get at the wires. So what first appeared that I was going to have to take the bumper off to take the headlight off to get at the wiring. That, however, was not the case. I'm just going to tell you what I did to make it way easier. So what I did was, as you can see, I took the battery out, okay? So I took, before I started anything, well, I started fishing around a little first. Then I took the battery out. By taking the battery out, and then what I did was the wire harness. So the wire harness, you may not be able to see this real well, but I just unplugged it from the directional, the top marker light. It's going to be very difficult to see this, but anyway, it's this connector, and the wire harness goes in there. I disconnected that, and then once that was disconnected, I just took off one of these little plastic pins that was in. Actually, I don't know where it was, but it was in here somewhere. The plastic pin, which was right there. So I'll replace. I have no idea if anybody can see this. But here's the little pin that holds the harness in place. I just unclipped it from there. I'll clip it back in when I'm finished. But once I did that, once I unclipped that and took the clip to the marker light out, I was able to come back across, pull the whole harness back, and basically I'm gonna splice the new. Here's the new H11 connector for the headlight. The colors aren't the same, so it's black and yellow coming out of the car. The connector, because it's like an aftermarket connector, is black and red. So black to black, just hook. I already tested it. I put the battery back in and whatever, but I already tested it. Black to black, yellow to red. Just stick with black to black, you'll be fine. But if you don't know how to use, so if you can't tell what's on the wiring that I put on, this is the existing wiring. What I put on here is two heat shrink connectors. Obviously, they're not heated or shrunken yet. However, they will be. If I had somebody here to help me with this, I would show you exactly what I'm going to do. But in any event, I put the two wires into the heat shrink connector. I crimped it with a crimping tool, and these are ready to go. Now I'm just going to hook the other connector in, heat shrink it, and put it all back. But the main point of this video is that if you break that headlight connector, like the H11 socket, if that socket breaks on you, right, easiest thing to do is just, first thing first, take out the battery. Second thing, disconnect the directional marker light, whatever you want to call it. Disconnect that, and then you just have to pull out the one, like I showed you, the one clip. It clips right back in here. It's obvious when you put it back. I know it's extremely difficult to see. I wish I had a hand here filming, but I haven't made a video in like a long time, and I've done a lot of stuff, but I just generally don't have anybody to help me. So it's really hard for me to take a video. However, there was no video on this, and every video I saw was telling you to take the headlight out. You definitely don't need to do that, because to take the headlight out, you have to take the front bumper off and the whole grille assembly and everything. And that's fine. It's actually not that hard to do. However, lining it back up in the future, once you're finished, can be like a real pain in the neck. So it'll really, most likely, if you have to take the bumper off, it'll never look 100% again. And if you want it to look 100%, don't take the bumper off. But again, easiest way, take the battery out, disconnect the I'm repeating myself, but take the battery out, disconnect the marker light, take off the one clip from, that I It's really hard for me to show you, but it's right here. I mean, it's obvious. When you take the marker light out, you'll see there's a clip holding the harness in. Just push that out. It's not a big deal. And then you can wire this up however you like. I choose to use heat shrink connectors. Maybe someone has a better way. I have no idea what it is, but this is what I know. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to hook the heat shrink connectors up, and then I'll show you it when it's finished. I'm not going to show you me doing it, I don't think. Maybe if I can do it one-handed, I'll see. But anyway, main point of the video is what I already told you. So hang tight. I'll show you the finished product, or I'll show you heat shrinking it, or whatever. So that only took me like a minute. The way the heat shrink connectors work, I'll try to tell you briefly if you're not familiar with them. Obviously, I haven't heated these yet, so they're not shrunk. But these are called butt connectors. And what you do is there's a silver piece. Actually, I'll show you on this. So it's easier to see on this. So there's a silver piece right in the center of this butt connector. So each wire, one wire goes on one side, the other wire goes on another side. And then that silver piece, you just crimp it together with a crimping tool. Simple crimping tool. Works great. They're cheap. They're like less than $10. And you just crimp the splice together. And, once, of course, you're sure that the splice is secure, I'm not going to tug on this, but it's clearly fine. Then I'm going to heat the insulation to make it shrink around the wires. So hence the term heat shrink. That's where it comes from. I'm going to see if maybe I can do that with one hand, but if I can't, you get the idea. And I'm quite certain there are a million videos on YouTube of how to use heat shrink connectors. This would not be the best one since I didn't actually show you how to use it. So take it for what it's worth. I'm just showing you. And again, someone may have a better way of wiring this up. I don't know what that is, so this is my way. So if you have a better way, that's great. I don't, and this is perfectly fine. I'm going to take my ancient heat gun, and I'm going to heat this thing up. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. So maybe yes, maybe no. Anyway, you get the idea. You heat it and it shrinks. But I'm going to go to two hands because I want those to shrink nicely. So hang on. But you will need a heat gun. And of course you will need some heat shrinks. I have just a box of them. I use them for whatever. I have no, that's an old, this thing is so old. I've had this for, I couldn't tell you how many years. It's an old Milwaukee heat gun. This thing is, it's gotta be a classic. It's a relic, for sure. It works great though. It still works. I wish I had some idea of what year this was made. Let me see. Do I know? Do not know. Still made in China though. Look at that. So maybe it's not that old, but I've had it forever. Well, anyway, it's old. It's likely at least 30 years old, maybe more. But anyway, you can see now the heat shrink connectors are heated and shrunk. So I'm going to put the headlight back in. Anyway, I'm finished. Battery's back in place. Wire harness is back in place. You can't really see it. There are the heat shrinks. Everything's back where it needs to be. And the headlights were on, and the headlights work. Well, that one did work. That one works again. So, again, main point of the video, if the headlight connector breaks and you need to replace it, simply take out the battery and release the wire harness from the marker light, the directional, whatever you want to call it, and then there's one little push pin that you would just want to release. But you'll figure it out when you try to pull the wire through. You can't. That's the only thing that's going to be holding it back. So way easier than taking the bumper off. Way easier than trying to get your arms down through here, because that's not happening unless you're, you know, I don't know, 18 pounds and still strong enough to be doing work. But anyway, that's it. I hope this video helps someone, and have a good day, and I'll post another video in roughly 5 years. All right, thanks for watching.